What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land. If you guys heard or maybe didn't hear, there is a Nintendo presentation this week. However, it's not what we've been wanting still. Last week we got a third-party showcase, and today they announced an indie world. So maybe they're clearing stuff out, and next week we could get a general Nintendo Direct, but I doubt it. I really just feel like they're doing a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna have to wait until September. That's for another video. But there's something else happening today that I really want to talk about, because it's something that I've kind of brought up before, but never really dove into how it could work. But apparently there is a special collection of games coming for Mario's 40th anniversary. I mean, all we've really been talking about is this next 3D Mario game, which is definitely very exciting. But we have a new rumor that's coming in that might give us something else. So this article comes from My Nintendo News, but has been circling around a lot of news outlets this morning, but states John Skinny of NeoGAF and Discord notoriety has said that Nintendo will be releasing a new Super Mario Bros. Collection in celebration of the franchise's 40th anniversary. The collection will apparently contain New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS. The user reportedly received the information via internal scheduling docs and partial localization assets via a contractor QA team that has been worked with before. John Skinny previously correctly leaked some details of the Nintendo Switch 2 before release. This is a rumor at present, and Nintendo has not announced what's planned for the 40th anniversary of the Mario franchise yet. So this obviously is very interesting, and this is something that I thought about before. After Nintendo decided to do the Mario 3D All-Stars, it was very evident that, they weren't going to have a lot to do in the future with the anniversaries, but I was thinking what other game collections Nintendo could have, and what makes more sense than a 2D Mario collection? I mean, obviously it seems like Nintendo has moved on from the new Super Mario Bros. Series, but what better way to just kind of put a stamp on that timeline and end it off with a bang by giving us all the past ones as well. We already have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on the Switch right now, so we are still missing the other 3 games. Now, let's talk about these games, because I feel like they can't just slap these games onto Nintendo Switch the same way they did with Mario 3D All-Stars. I feel like all 3 of these games will need an upgraded look, even New Super Mario Bros. 2. It's going to have to look cleaner and clearer, and maybe just give it that New Super Mario Bros. U art style, cleaning up all the rough edges and stuff, because I feel like just slapping a DS game on the Switch and charging full price, even though it's part of a trilogy collection, they're going to need to touch these things up a lot more than what they did with the 3D All-Stars. Now, a lot of people said that this was kind of boring and that they'd rather have other collections, and I'll talk about that in a second. But this is something that I think would be pretty neat. New Super Mario Bros. DS was the first one to do it, and it did it in a very unique way. It still feels very different than any other New Super Mario Bros. Game. You just had to play it to find out. It had original boss battles. The level design just felt tighter and cleaner, as it was simply meant for a single player, and it felt like it had some difficulty to it. So if you've never played New Super Mario Bros. DS, I highly recommend you try it out, or just wait and see if Nintendo releases this thing on Switch, because it is a really fun game. Now, what makes this pack so interesting is you get 2 single-player focused games, plus 1 multiplayer focused one with New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Now, they might make all of these games, multiplayer focused. Maybe they expand all of them, and just add that function, and at least add Luigi, or maybe even the Toads as well for New Super Mario Bros. 2 and New Super Mario Bros. DS. But Mario Bros. Wii is a classic for a lot of us. It's for a lot of people also where they kind of started playing Mario. I mean, most people that I know that aren't video game fans has played this game in some capacity. I mean, even my wife told me that when she was younger, she's definitely played this game before with her roommate and stuff, and with her family. It's just one of those things that like everyone dabbled in a little bit here and there. It's a classic for sure, and I still think it's better than New Super Mario Bros. U. New Super Mario Bros. U just felt like the same game, but in HD. So this is the game to do it first, and honestly, I really do love this game. The propeller suit was tons of fun. The penguin suit was a great addition, and yeah, the level design still is really good, even though it's more open and made for multiple players. I think this will be a surefire, fun multiplayer game for a lot of people in this collection. And the one that's probably the weakest in the lineup, and one that not too many people talk about, is New Super Mario Bros. 2. Even for it selling probably the worst in the franchise, it still sold like over 13 million units on the 3DS, which is absolutely insane. In fact, every new Super Mario Bros. Game sold close to and well over 30 million units, so I mean, once again, it's just another reason why this package will do so well for Nintendo. People eat New Super Mario Brothers up, man. They are going to absolutely eat up this collection because a lot of people probably missed at least one of these games, especially New Super Mario Brothers 2. I just felt like it was that one New Super Mario Brothers game that not too many people played. It was focused on primarily single-player type platforming, but one of its main gimmicks was a goofy one for me, and I always joke about it with one of my friends where we just joke about the fact that why in the world did they focus this so much on collecting coins? I mean, literally the whole premise of the game felt like you were just collecting coins. It even has an in-game coin counter, and it rewards you for getting a certain amount of coins, and as like, you know, try to get to 1 million or something coins. I can't really remember, but yeah, it was just like, every level was designed for you to just collect as many coins as you possibly could. And all the new items were literally just ways to collect more coins, like a coin block for Mario, and also a coin fire flower, which allowed you to just pretty much blast out coins everywhere when you hit bricks and stuff and turn bricks into coins. So yeah, it was a different style of New Super Mario Brothers game. It definitely isn't my favorite, but still, even with that said, it just shows you how much I would actually love to go back and try it again. I mean, yes, of course, I can always pull out the 3DS, but playing it with better frame rate, obviously better graphics, and on the Nintendo Switch 2, just sounds like it'd be a lot more fun than playing it on my 3DS again. But let's be honest here. This is Nintendo. They'll probably do things with minimum effort, and also it'll probably be a, you know, timed release and end in like March of next year, and you have to hurry up and get it before then, and then it's gone off the shelves forever, which is just so incredibly stupid, but that's probably how it would happen if this does end up being true. But then I asked myself, because a lot of people are mad about this. Like, a lot of people are like, man, this just doesn't sound that interesting. I'm not a big New Super Mario Brothers fan, but I found this interesting because I'm starting to think, what else could they possibly make? And I see people making claims for maybe a collection of Mario 64 DS, Super Mario Galaxy 2, and Mario 3D Land. But that collection seems pretty weird. They just brought back 64 5 years ago, and I feel like, you know, there's so many ways to play Mario 64. Are they really going to give us the DS version? Because this is kind of what we wanted originally, because the DS version is the same thing as Mario 64, just, you know, with different, better graphics and tons of added levels and, you know, different characters. Are they going to give us that, though? I don't know. For some reason, I'm just really doubting this. I don't know. Just having two versions of Mario 64 remade in 5 years apart just sounds unlikely to me. But who knows? You know, anything is possible at this rate. Same thing with Mario 3D Land. It just kind of feels like that they would be going backwards, you know, after giving us Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury once again 5 years ago. And then, you know, now on Switch 2, you get Mario 3D Land, the prequel on the 3DS. Like, I don't know. It just feels like they're completely going backwards. Mario 3D Land still is a very good and underrated game. It's focused mainly on single-player gameplay, and the level design reflects that, where 3D World is more open, you know, wider levels that, you know, focuses on multiplayer gameplay. So I would love to see 3D Land come back, and in a collection would make a lot of sense as well. And of course, Galaxy 2 is actually quite absurd that this game isn't a thing yet. Like, how do we not have Mario Galaxy 2 on any modern console? Like, how does this not get brought back, especially in the first Mario 3D All-Stars? So maybe there's a reason Nintendo is saving it for maybe a second collection, or what I think could be happening is its own special release where maybe they decided to add some more levels to the second Mario Galaxy, since it was the last one. Maybe some leftover ideas or extra bonus levels or some extra content in some capacity that Nintendo wanted to add to this game as a special release. So then you have your new 3D Mario, which could end up being an open world Mario game, and then people can be satisfied with a linear 3D Mario game with Mario Galaxy 2, adding even some new levels and content to it. So what do you guys think about this new Super Mario Brothers collection rumor? Would you be excited? Do you not care? Is this something that you would definitely want to pick up? Or would you want to see something completely different as well? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario and Nintendo Switch 2 in general. Mario's 40th anniversary is very close. It's literally probably going to start festivities next month. So we'll find out if this is true sooner or later. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you all have a blessed day. And I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.